A trailer park owner in Colorado is accused of threatening tenants if President Donald Trump does not win re-election. Now, what kind of threats? Well, for that, we go to local NBC News affiliate 9 News that is reporting that multiple residents of Ed Pagel's trailer park in Fort Morgan, Colorado, say that the owner, Bernie Pagel, had posted a notice warning their rents could double if Joe Biden wins the election, while adding that if Joe Biden does not win, if Donald Trump wins re-election, then he would promise not to raise rent for 2 years. Shocker. Shocker, right? So the notice, again, this is an official notice going out to everyone who lives in this trailer park. Quote, please understand, if Joe Biden is elected as our next president, everything you do and have to pay for will change completely. Everything will be increased, like paying a lot more in taxes, utilities, gasoline, groceries, new permits, fees, regulations, everything. This also means your rent will be increased to cover these expenses. Most likely, rent will double in price. Wow. If the current president is reelected, and this is all caps, by the way, we will not raise the rent for at least 2 years. I love how it's not even a guarantee to, like, not raise rent for the entire duration of President Trump's alleged second term. Like, they can't even promise that, like, we'll give you 2 years. We'll promise to at least 2 years. But, you know, I mean, it could be longer, but, I mean, we can only promise 2 years. And then we're going to have to raise our rents. I mean, come on, dude. And look, let's be honest, there's never really a guarantee that landlords won't raise your rent arbitrarily anyway. I mean, they kind of have a habit of doing so. But yeah, look, what this is, it's clear. I mean, it's voter intimidation. You know it. This landlord is probably somebody who, I mean, it consumes a lot of pro-Trump propaganda, probably from right-wing news sites, OAN, Fox News, obviously, right-wing radio stations, all that stuff. And look, very likely that they're consuming that kind of news, but also the fact that they're a landlord and own a trailer park means that they might be concerned that their taxes are going to go up. Now, look, there is the possibility that someone could make enough under a Biden administration as a landlord to have to pay more in taxes. Okay, and actually, let's look at that. All right, let's give you some numbers here. Now, look, Biden's tax plan raises taxes on people making over $400,000 a year. Okay, so that's fact, right? That's what his tax plan calls for. I don't know if he'll actually get to do that with the Republican Congress, but that's the plan. Raise taxes on people making over $400,000 a year. Again, some property owners might actually fall into that and will actually have to pay more in marginal tax rates. So anything under $400,000 a year will be taxed at an additional higher rate. That's how marginal taxes work. I don't know how much this landlord owner makes, this trailer park owner. It is very possible that he could fall in the $200,000 to $300,000 a year range, to which he would not be impacted by additional taxes, at least when it comes to that. Maybe there's still state and local stuff. I don't necessarily know. Nonetheless, that rhetoric that you hear, you could almost hear like the campaign ads reflected in that, or the Fox News segments. Oh, Biden's going to raise your taxes. He's going to raise your taxes. He's going to raise your taxes, and then I've got to pass down that cost to you, so so that I can continue to make a profit. And so you're going to end up having to pay more rent. Your rent's going to double because I'm going to raise it. Okay. Again, very Republican Senate. It's true. All right. Pro-Trump propaganda. Got it. But here's the thing. This might be illegal. Why? Because voter intimidation itself is illegal. Federal law states that, quote, no person shall intimidate, threaten, coerce, any other person for the purpose of interfering with the right of that person to vote or vote as he may choose. And so, look, this is an official notice by somebody's landlord saying, vote for this guy or I'm going to raise your rent. Definitely seems like a case of voter intimidation to me. I'm just saying. As such, this has been referred to the state's attorney general. However, so far, we don't know if there's any sort of plan in order to go after this or look into this or investigate or whatever. Don't know. Maybe something will come out soon. Who knows? But look, one resident, and a lot of the residents were just like, what is this? What the hell? In fact, one resident told 9 News, quote, everybody was pretty shocked. It was mainly hurtful. You know, how could someone say something like that or basically threaten us according to something that we can't control? Meaning that, look, even if everybody in that trailer park decides they want to vote for Donald Trump anyway because they like him or whatever, and even if there wasn't this notice, right, still making a threat, at least an implied threat, or saying, I'm going to raise rents if my candidate doesn't win, that is definitely a terrible, ridiculous thing to do. And look, it's because the landlord doesn't give a damn about you. And let's be honest about that. Especially if you're a Trump supporter, generally you don't care about other people. That's from what I've seen. Okay? If you don't vote the way that I want, which will benefit me, obviously, then I'm going to take it out on you. And this is happening, by the way, at a time where, as a result of President Donald Trump and the Republican Congress and their inability to do anything about COVID-19, we have 30 to 40 million people that are either having a very difficult time paying rent or are unable to as a result of the coronavirus. And so, look, we haven't had a relief bill since March. And so this has been an absolute disaster, the response to the coronavirus. And, I mean, people are already facing evictions, homelessness during a pandemic, which is, again, it's already bad enough beforehand. It was bad enough before coronavirus. You definitely don't want to have homeless people, right? Now it's worse. And this person is threatening to make it worse on these families that, look, may be able to pay the rents now, but won't be able to pay it if this man arbitrarily doubles your rent because his candidate didn't win. I mean, it's just a disaster. A total dick move, clear intimidation. Something should be done about this. So now, that said, fear-mongering, ridiculousness, greed, and all that. And look, we see this from some landlords. We also see it from bosses, by the way. And I remember doing stories back in 2016. Oh, if Hillary Clinton wins, then we're going to lay people off. So if you don't vote the way that we want, then I'm going to either fire people or reduce your benefits somehow, or in the case of landlords, raise your rents, kick people out. That is just, that itself is not legal. Unfortunately, I think it is legal in the workplace, maybe, to, say stuff like that. I don't know. For me, it seems like voter intimidation across the board, and any cases of that definitely need to be investigated and punished because you should not be using your position of authority and power in order to get the things that would benefit you. Because, again, a lot of these owners and a lot of these business owners, CEOs, bosses, look, they are helped out by a Trump presidency. They are helped out by Republicans. And so who gets hurt, though? The workers. Of course they do. And it always seems to be people that benefit off the labor of the working class and the money of the working class that tend to threaten the working class when they face any sort of potential increase in their own costs or the possibility that these workers or tenants would actually gain some sort of protection from a Democratic administration. And, of course, it's that problem that, it's that for that reason that they do these kinds of just horrible things and say and make these kinds of threats which are just absolutely ridiculous. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.